Hello everyone, it's your boy Jordan, aka We Lit, and welcome back to We Lit Bros, everyone. Today, everyone, I got another book video. As you guys know, I love books very much. I'm actually writing my own book, and I'll give you guys more information about that when it's closer to coming out. But today, I'm going to be doing an overview, since I haven't read this book, but I want to show you guys the book anyway, and talk about, the author, and what my, personal, feelings to the author that I have. So, I'm going to be talking about Stephen King's Billy Summers. This is his newest novel, which came out 2 months ago, but I was just now finally able to get my hands on it. So here's the cover of Billy Summers by Stephen King. So I read Stephen King. I actually never had a physical book of Stephen King, but I have read him on ebook. I read It on ebook. I read Pet Sematary on ebook. I read Carrie on ebook. And I also read Dr. Sleep on ebook and The Shining on ebook. So he is one of my favorite authors, but there's still so much books I haven't read, and I want to get all his physical books because I only have this one. And yeah, the reason why I read the ebooks originally was because there was a sale and they were all free, and I downloaded them while they were free, and then I just read them through, and they're really good. My favorite one so far would have to be It, and then Carrie, then The Shining, then Pet Sematary, then Dr. Sleep. Yeah. But the Pet Sematary and The Shining are kind of at the same level. But we're not talking about that, guys. We're talking about the book Billy Summers. So here's the cover. As you can see, there's a car going up with its tail lights. Not his tail lights, his headlights. And then it just looks like somebody ripped open a book, and then the page in the inside. Which, this 130, I actually looked inside the book to 130, and this is not the actual page in 130. It doesn't have this writing on there. But this has a nice emboss where it says Stephen King, and then Billy Summers, and those are both in gold. And then we have these, like, blood on a black book. And then right here, it has this different type of filling. I can't explain it. It's like more of a sandpaper filling, and then you have glossy on the car. And then sandpaper filling on the headlights, along with the book. And then the spine, it says, Stephen King, Billy Summers. And this is not embossed, but it does wrap around to the back. There's the back. So the back doesn't have a synopsis of the book. It just has a reading from one of the pages. So I'm actually going to read that for you guys right now. Okay. $2 million. Oh yeah, $2,500,000 up front. The rest after. Billy whistles isn't part of the act, which he doesn't think of an act but as a dumb self, the one he shows to guys. Like Nick and Frank and Polly. It's like a seatbelt. You don't use it because you expect to be in a car crash, but you never know who you might meet coming up over a hill on your side of the road. This is also true on the road of life, where people veer all over the place and drive the wrong way on the turnpike. Why so much? The most he's ever gotten on a contract was $70K. That's not political. It is. I mean, is it? Because I don't do that. Not even close. It is a bad person. Nick laughs, shakes his head, and looks at Billy with a real affection. Always the same question with you. Billy nods. The dumb self might be a Chuck, but this is true. He only does bad people. It's how he sleeps at night. It goes without saying that he has made a living working for bad people, yes, but Billy doesn't see this as a moral conundrum. He has no problem with bad people paying to have other bad people killed. He basically sees himself as a garbage bag with a gun. This is a very bad person. So that was back. And then the inside right here has the synopsis, and then it has the author bio, which we'll read both of those. We'll do the book synopsis first. Okay. It says, from master storyteller and #1 bestseller, Stephen King, whose restless imagination is a power that cannot be contained. The New York Times book review comes a thrilling new novel about a guy with a strike of good in a bad job. So let me read the synopsis for you guys. So it says, Billy Summers is a man in a room with a gun. He's a killer for hire and the best in the business, but he'll only do the job only if the target is a truly bad guy. And now Billy wants out. First there is one last hit. Billy is among the best snipers in the world. A decorated Iraq war vet. A Heidi when it comes to vanishing after the job is done. So what could possibly go wrong? How about everything? The spectacular reviving novel is part war story, part love letter to small town American and the people who live there, and its future, one of the most compelling and surprising duos in teen fiction, who set out to avenge the crimes of an I can't read that word. It's extraordinarily evil man. Billy Summers is about love, luck, fate, and complex heroes with one last shot at redemption. You won't put this story down, and you won't forget Billy. So let me take out the Just Jacket really quick, and I'm going to show you the word I couldn't read. So, you guys know what that word is. Extraordinarily. Got it. The crimes of an extraordinarily evil man. And I'm going to read this side. The synopsis of the author. Stephen King is the author of more than 60 books, all of them worldwide bestsellers. This recent work includes If It Bleeds, The Institute, Elevation, The Outsider, Sleeping Beauties, co-written with his son Owen King, and the Bill Hodges trilogy, End of Watch, Finders Keepers, and Mr. Mercedes, which that's out of order because Mr. Mercedes comes first, then it's Finders Keepers, then it's the final book, End of Watch. An Edgar Award winner for Best Novel and now a television series streaming on Peacock. His novel, 11/22/63, was named a top 10 book of 2011. That's about a guy who goes back in time to stop the John F. Kennedy assassination by the New York Times Book Review and won the Los Angeles Times Book Prize for Mystery Thriller. The Dark Tower, It, Pet Sematary, and Dr. Sleep are the basis for major motion pictures, with It now the highest grossing horror film of all time. He is the recipient of the 2020 Audio Publisher Association Lifetime Achievement Award, the 2018 PEN American Liberty Service Award, the 2014 National Medal of Arts, and the 2003 National Book Foundation Medals for disgusting tributes to American letters. He lives in Bowling, Maine, with his wife, novelist Tamitha King. And yeah, now I'm gonna show you guys the this is what it looks like when you take out the dust jacket. It says Stephen King's Billy Summers, and that's the publisher's name. This is just in black, red. And now I think I'm going to read one page for you guys, just a sneak peek. YouTube, remember, this is just a sneak peek, so do not take down this video. I'm not reading the whole book. It's just a sneak peek. Stephen King's Billy Summers, a novel. Thinking of Romaine and Sarah Jane Spurs. I once was lost, but now I am found. Amazing Grace. Billy Summers. Okay, some of these words I might not be able to read. What I do is if I can't read the word, I usually look it up. So I'll tell you the words I can't read when I get to it. But, Chapter 1. Billy Summers sits in the hotel lobby waiting for his ride. It's Friday noon. Although he's reading a Degas-sized comic book called Archie's Pal and Gals. He's thinking about Emily Zola and Zola's third novel, his breakthrough, Darius Quentin. He's thinking it's very much a young man's book. He's thinking that Zola was just beginning to mine what would turn out to be a deep and fabulous vine of aura. He's thinking about Zola is the nightmare, visions of Charles Dickens. He's thinking of that would make a good thesis for an essay. Now that he's ever written one. At 2 minutes past 12, the door opens and two men come in the lobby. One is tall with black hair, combined in a 50s pompadour. The other is short and dysplected. Both are wearing suits. All of Nick's men wear suits. Billy knows the tall one from out west. He's been with Nick a long time. His name is Frank. Because of the pomp, some of Nick's men call him Frank Evis, or now that he has a tiny bald spot in black, Sir Evis, but not to his face. Billy doesn't know the other one. He must be local. Okay, oh. Frank holds out his hand. Billy raises and shakes it. Hey, Billy, been a while. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Frank. This is Polly Logan. Hi, Polly. Billy shakes with the short one. Pleased to meet you, Billy. That's the first page, and I'm already really excited to read this now that I read the first page. Real excited. But that was my book overview of Billy Summers. Believe me, guys, the book review will be a lot longer than this video. It was already long just to do a book review, but I read you guys a good amount of the book. I have another book overview coming soon. My birthday's on Thursday, so wish me guys an early happy birthday in the comments, and I'll like your comment, and I'm gonna think about doing shoutouts. I'll make a video on that if I do, but I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.